Hey everybody, what is going on? Serial Overdrive here, and today we're talking about the Rust Console Edition Community Servers update and the fact that community servers are rolling out to a whole new continent. So we've got some exciting stuff to discuss here, but for those of you who are just going to watch the first bit of the video, if you're still running into issues after patch 1.85, make sure you post them down below in the comments. Some people from D11 that are working on their console edition Rust do watch these videos, and if they're watching, they're probably listening to this, and they're listening to this, they know that I told you to post your issues down below. So hopefully they're going to read those comments, and that's going to help them fix these issues. Because honestly, as much as I like to joke and make fun of things, I do want everybody to have a really good gaming experience, and posting those comments down below, that is going to help. In addition to this, if it doesn't seem like they're watching this, I'm going to make sure to hit them up and tell them, like, hey, look at this video, we got some good bug reports here, so make sure you drop them below. But anyways, let's get into patch 1.85, but first let's talk about a whole new continent joining the console edition of Rust community server family, and that would be South America. Everybody in South America is soon going to be having community servers. It was announced on the Rust console edition Twitter, and it looks like it's coming out a lot faster than expected. When they said it was just going to be the US and Europe, I honestly expected that to be something that was going to just stand for the next couple months. But it seems like that is not what D11 and Gportal had in mind. So community servers are coming to South America, and hopefully I think Oceania is going to be soon after that, then Asia, and maybe we're going to get Africa. If it's Africa, I'm guessing it would be South Africa, but let's wait and see. Anyways, let's jump into the patch notes for 1.85 because that's probably why most of you are here. So in regards to patch 1.85, we got a few things that are fixed. First off, they fixed a bug allowing entity.spawn item and add default item commands to spawn unreleased and legacy items. And right here, we've got to stop and address something. D11 is, their updates are a bit like going to the shooting range with your friend who tried to rob a gas station using a Nerf gun. It's always going to be an experience, it's always going to be an event, something is always going to happen, but you really have no idea if it's going to be good or bad, and a lot of these updates are sort of mixed. So when it comes to something like this, I get that D11 has to do this, and maybe it was like a simple 5-minute fix that they had to do, but it looks really bad when you've got community servers having all these issues, and you're fixing something like unreleased and legacy items spawning. It looks like maybe you want to sell items, or maybe you're just a little upset that players get access to something that you didn't want them to have access to, but let's be honest, players wanted access to community servers a month after the release of the console edition of Rust. Whoever made that statement should get a big-ass calendar put in their cubicle or wherever you're putting them, the jail probably, I don't know, like seriously, there should be a naughty room that D11 puts that dude in, or woman, who knows, but like seriously, it's just like you missed this date by over 2 years, and the thing you're gonna fix with this bug update, this patch, I guess we're gonna call it a patch, is just spawning in items that you don't think should be spawned in. Like, I don't get it. That's something that community server mods are just doing. Like, admins are doing that on purpose. They know what they're doing. They're messing around. They're having some fun. Let them have their fun while their servers lag to hell. Take that out in patch 1.86. That would be my call. Next up, added the monument spawns.forSpawn config command to spawn recycler configs. That's pretty good. Added print POS and print rot commands to display positions. Again, decent update. These are good for admins. Removed raidable bases and junkyard from the Gportal page. This is another one. Like, how is that an update that we have to be pushed something for? That should be something on the Gportal side, so I don't know how this makes it into the patch notes. It's a little weird to me. Like, that's one of those things like that affects nothing. Like, maybe it confuses some admins and stuff, but you should be working on stability first, and a lot of these other things later, right? Like, a lot of this stuff, right now we haven't fixed any of the lag or crashing issues. They do fix some of it though, so keep watching. Next up, we've got added filter navigation tooltip to community servers. That was actually really important. VIPs can no longer enter queues larger than 200 to prevent server instability. Let's be honest, how many of you all have queues that are over 200 players? But hey, if you do, this is a good update for you. Fixed profanity filter for history and favorites, okay. Adjusted the kill zone at domes, and it covers the tippy top. That's good, and a lot of these updates, honestly, right now I'm thinking of pretty simple updates to make. I don't know the code, but it doesn't sound like any of these things are crazy. Both players must now be in kill zones for damage to be applied, okay. And finally, we've got the one fix that is hopefully going to fix the issues that we're all facing. Added a potential fix for teams being randomized on server restart. So this is the issue you run into where you restart a server and all of a sudden locks don't work. The fact that this is the only thing that they fix is just very weird. But anyways, there's one more thing with the UI that they fixed, but like the lock fix is really nice. That is definitely needed. Again, though, if you read into this, it says potential fix, which means they don't really know if this is going to work because there could be other bugs affecting locks. So again, if you're a server owner, be very careful if you restart. This is one of the reasons that I haven't really It's one of the reasons that I don't feel like community servers are completely ready. Like, we're still in the beta here. Let's be honest. This is a beta that we're paying for. Like they launched it on the test server. We got some tests out, but this is a beta. They're just doing it feels like a beta because there's still some things wrong. There's still some lag, but honestly, they are fixing it pretty quickly. We might be out of the beta within a week. That's fingers crossed. UI fixed a bug causing players to be pushed back to the start screen when entering the main menu. So right here, as far as fixes go, we've only got one big fix that players really care about, in my opinion, and that would be added a potential fix for teams being randomized on server restart. That's good, but the people who are facing lag issues, the people who are facing their servers crashing, everything like that, this doesn't address any of that. And honestly, if I'm looking at this, the one thing I'm asking is why you don't put anything in the patch notes addressing this, right? At least say that you know this is happening, that you know this is affecting players, and that you're working on a fix. If this is on the G Portal side, I don't know what sort of agreements you have, and I know G Portal wouldn't like it, but it should be called out, like, whose issues are whose issues, right? Because if all the lag issues, if all the connection issues, if everything's on the G Portal side, I'd like to see it, right? Like, I know, like, this isn't D11's call, it's more of G Portal's call, but I'd really like to know, right? Like, where these issues are occurring, why they're occurring, and what is being done to fix them. If patch note 1.85 is supposed to fix a lot of stuff, and honestly, from what I can see, the big issues, right, like not being able to search or not really knowing how to search, and locks just going nuts and not letting people in or out of their bases, those two are fixed right here. Those are the two big issues that are fixed. And now the question is, lag and all that, whose hands, who has that blood on their hands? Is it D11, right? Because this is the thing, like, I can make a video ranting about this, saying like everything went bad, this is a horrible patch to push out because they didn't address any of the big issues the players are facing, but maybe that's not their call, right? It's a little weird to me that removed raidable bases in Junkyard from the G Portal page is something that made it to patch 1.85, because I feel like that page should be something that's managed and run by G Portal. I feel like that drop-down list that you have an option to navigate and like select what monuments you want to add, I feel like that's something that is on the G Portal side of things. So it's a little weird that was dropped with patch 1.85, and that confuses me, because when I see stuff like that, I'm wondering how much control G Portal has and how much control D11 has, right? So right now, like, look at this patch, I'm just confused because I don't know, like, if they can do that, is it maybe their fault that the lag is, like, going on? Is it maybe their fault that we're having all these issues with servers? Is this not on G Portal and completely on D11, or is this like 50-50? It seems like G Portal is taking responsibility for some of the issues, but right now we really don't know who has, like, the majority of the issues left to fix. So on one hand, this could be a really cool update that was dropped by the Console Edition Rust team, and you know, everything's great and G Portal's working to fix their end, and hopefully it's all going to be done. But on the other hand, it could be just a bunch of BS things that they're throwing together to sort of keep our attention while a lot of other stuff goes wrong. And maybe they're not talking about it because it's their fault, or maybe they're not talking about it because they don't want to throw, you know, shit into G Portal's yard. And both things make sense. That's why it's so confusing, right? That's why it's hard to make these videos, because sometimes I go on these rants, I jump to conclusions, and then at the end it's like, all right, push upload, and like an hour later I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but you know, I posted anyways because I'm an idiot. Anyways, if your IQ's like mine and lower than the national average, I was gonna say national debt, I said national average instead. I'm gonna leave it in because that really proves a point about my IQ. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace.